All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 2 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I am Mad Statter. This is Chatter with Statter, and it looks like we've got a raid coming in from Terry in Scotland. Terry in Scotland, just so you know, I was lurking your channel just a smidge tiny little bit right before this stream started, and I saw you guys running down the dock away from a skeleton with a gun barrel, a gunpowder barrel. But that was his stream. This is not a video game stream. This is a chatter stream. I hope you bring the chatter. It looks like we've got... Oh, it looks like I have to burp because I just drank a sip of pamplemousse. But I also, it looks like, have to say hello to DJ Smook, Shakalak, Mama Sean coming in on the YouTube side, Pecola T. Then we've got Shock also on the YouTube side. I'm thinking DJ Smook came in on the raid along with Panel Writes Things, Katie Zora, and of course the infamous Terry in Scotland. Oh my goodness, I have the hiccup burps. So we're going to have me hiccuping and burping, hopefully not too loudly in your ear. And yeah, while I do the hiccup burps, let's get the party started, shall we? Let's do it. Alright, so here's the deal, you guys. Last night I put the show together, and I was fairly satisfied with like what I put together and everything. And today, I didn't worry about it because I knew that I had the show put together. And now, now that I'm here, I don't actually remember what I did last night. I don't really remember what we're going to talk about today, so I'm going to have to scroll through my little notes. Yeah. All right, so let's see here. Boo, did that cure my hiccups? I don't know. So far, so good. So perhaps that little spooky did make them go away. And all right, so let's see here. I said hello to Mama Sean. I said hello to Pina Wrights. I think I got everybody that I saw so far. So okay. All right, let me go down here. Oh, I remember one thing. Okay, you guys, and Pecola T is here, and she can, like, vouch for this. Last stream, we got to look at some videos, some very pleasant videos from Pecola T's time on Kauai. Today, we get to look at an unpleasant reality of Pecola T's visit to Kauai. Y'all, you know how people in Hawaii are like, oh my god, things are so expensive. And then people like me are just like, I don't know, gas is about the same in Seattle, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's even a comparison. There's no comparison. Alright, if you're on Oahu, fine, I can maybe compare. But once you're on one of them outer islands, things are a whole different ball game, y'all. Pecola T, you don't get to answer this question, but for everybody else, one large pepperoni pizza. One large pepperoni pizza. Okay, it has mushrooms on it. Alright. So, one large pepperoni pizza with mushrooms and arugula. I need you to guess how much that is going to cost. And I mean, obviously, it's less than $100. I'll give you that. It's so funny. No, for real though, how much do you think it costs? DJ Smook, that's funny. How much do you think it costs? For real, DJ Smook, how much do you think it costs? For real, DJ Smook. Because that ain't enough. Yeah. Keep guessing. Give you a hint, it's more than 20. Give you a hint, it's more than 30. You want to see? Here, I'll show you. That's how much it costs. $37 with a takeout fee of 1.11. So with tax, it's $37.99. $39.77. Wow, dyslexia got me there, and I don't even know if I'm dyslexic. But yeah, dude, $40 basically. Let's just round up. $40. And Piccola Tea, oh yeah, we ate all that pizza and the leftovers. Nothing. Exactly. Hey, Dev Case, good to see you. Yes, right now we are looking at a price of one large pepperoni pizza, sausage, arugula. Oh, wait, it had sausage on it as well. Oh my goodness. So it was a four topping pizza. No wonder it cost $40. Oops. Oh my God, you guys. I've been sitting here talking about this pizza, even though the mic was not attached to this picture. So yeah, you guys, $40. We're just gonna call it $40. $39.77. We're gonna call it $40 for a 4-topping pizza. I forgot that there was sausage. So pepperoni, sausage, arugula, mushroom. $40 for one large pizza. And yes, indeed, they did eat all of it, as I'm sure you would have. So, as paradise as the islands are, you better be able to afford a pizza every once in a while, because that's luxury eating. And Deb, so good to see you, and I'm glad to hear that you're feeling a little bit better. Perhaps you'll be feeling good enough to buy a $40 pizza. I don't think I'd ever feel good enough to buy a $40 pizza. And Pinnell, I only look at sale prices of pizza, but paid lots for a veggie slice at the CNE. Yeah, well, right, yeah, once you're like in a venue, you know you're going to, you know that you're gonna, pay out the nose. I mean, when you're at the Climate Pledge Arena, where like major concerts and like basketball games and stuff get held, and the hockey games get held, it costs like $12 for a bottle of water. I think it's actually cheaper to get beer than it is to get water, which is a bit of a problem, but that's okay. And yeah, exactly. Exactly, Dead Case. No, I'm never paying $40 for. Yeah, exactly. And Piccola Tea's like, dude, pizza was way more reasonable than a sit-down meal. So $40 or $140. These were our choices. It sounds like. And Shock is saying that beer is cheaper than water in Germany. Yeah. Well, yeah, apparently at Climate Pledge Arena, I think it is too. I know that soda's cheaper than water. And I find that slightly offensive, frankly, but, whatever. I guess they know their market, and they know that people will pay whatever. If they need the water, they will pay whatever they need to get that water. Because I do know that, after I've had so many sodas, it's like, dude, I can't drink another soda. The soda's not quenching my thirst. The soda's making me feel sick to my stomach. Or with beer, it's just like, dude, come on, I don't need another beer. I've got to drive home. Maybe some water, right? And Ken Tiki, Oh, you bad boy, you. Maybe pineapple and macadamia nut pizzas are cheaper. Well, Terry, right, exactly. If they need the beer, they'll pay whatever for the beer. But that's what I'm saying is the beer, I think, is actually cheaper than the water, which doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that the beer is cheap. No. I'm not saying the beer is cheap. But it's cheaper than the water, and it makes no sense. Oh no, and the water comes from the Detroit River. Ew. Oh yeah, so there you have it, guys. This is the painful reality of, here we go, where is it? Oh, come on, where did it go? Yeah, there it is, yeah. This is the painful reality for when you go visit the outside islands. I realize that lots and lots of people dream of visiting the outside islands because it's not the tourist haven that Oahu is. And I understand that point of view. I really do. But if you're going to go to the outer islands, you need to be prepared for a lot more money out of your pocket for some very basic things. Gas on the outer islands is outrageously outrageous. Even from my Seattle perspective of paying way too much for gas already, the outer islands are just like, oh my God, these are like Europe prices. I think on Molokai gas is like $7 a gallon or something like that. I don't know how Lono runs around in his Mustang. I mean, that thing just guzzles gas, but he must be feeling like he's a rich man or something. And let's see here, Pacola Tea's 6-pack at the Lehui Safeway was about $1.50 more than Honolulu price. Right, exactly. And Honolulu price is already $1.50 more than you know, than the mainland price. And Molokai was reasonable when I was there, but that was 1991. Yeah, it's, you know, I mean, it's just a case of, you know, all the groceries get brought into Molokai on the barge every Monday. And so the prices, you know, I don't know how it used to be in 1991, but, I do know that when it comes to things like meat, Lono has mentioned to me that it's actually cheaper for him to buy like a big old. It's cheaper for him to spend like $150 on a prime rib roast and have it shipped from Illinois, FedExed from Illinois to his front porch, where he then just chops up the steaks, this roast into steaks, you know? It is probably half the cost as if he would have bought those steaks on island. Or even bought the beef on island and did it himself. I don't understand how that math works, frankly, because the beef that they've got on Molokai is actually like cows from the island, but whatever. And you lived there from 88 to 94, Deb. I'm assuming not Molokai. I'm assuming one of the other islands. Which island was it? Was it Oahu or was it Hawaii Island? Maui. Those are the three most common islands, obviously, for people to live at. And Pacola Tea splurged at Kauai Farmers Market and bought a huge mango. Cost you $8. But it was heavenly. Nice. So it must be mango season. Beautiful, beautiful. When I was there many years ago, it wasn't, well, actually, the last two times I visited Hawaii, both Kauai and Oahu. No, I guess, wait, that's a lie. I don't think I visited during mango season in a really long time, basically, is my point. So I haven't had a mango fresh off the tree in a very long time. Okay, you lived in Honolulu, Deb. Right, gotcha. Terry and Scotland, Hawaiian cows know how to surf, so their beef costs more. Oh, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. And restaurant head Toronto prices. I usually ordered fresh fish and muffins for breakfast. Yeah, and actually, Pinnell, I noticed that when I was on Maui a while back, the restaurant prices, really, I was like, this is what I would pay if I was going to a restaurant in Seattle. You know, really, like a lot of, you know, I don't mean to poo-poo the price gouging that people on Hawaii feel, because they do when it comes to things like dairy milk. Oh my God, dude, they are paying such a crazy amount of money. Definitely there are some things that are way higher cost in Hawaii. But when it comes to stuff like eating out or gas, quite honestly, Seattle, gas, housing, and restaurants, Seattle and the Honolulu area, at least, are very on par. Honolulu definitely has slightly higher housing prices without, I mean, well, you're looking at 100, or you're looking at 1 million versus 850,000. That's only 150,000 difference. And granted, 150,000 is enough to buy a house in some places. But when you're talking about $1 million house versus an $850,000 house, 150,000 all of a sudden is practically pocket change. And so Seattle and Honolulu or Oahu area for sure have very similar. And I know that Oahu is an island, Seattle's a city, but both of them have a similar yep, that's right. Both of them have a similar population base is what I'm trying to say. Seattle proper, not so much, but the Seattle metropolitan area, absolutely. In fact, there might be more people in the Seattle metropolitan area than on Oahu, but they're right in the same ballpark of about 1 million people, 900,000 million people, and so, you know, so it's sort of a fair comparison in that way, and yeah, dude. Well, now Pacola Tea, that actually is a good point. The quality of home that you get for the money that you're spending is very different. I will, you know, God, this is not something I really like to say. This is something that, I've actually only said it out loud once, and I'm really surprised that I'm going to say it on the internet. When I was on Hawaii Island, honestly, I was stunned at the poverty that people lived in. And by the poverty that people lived in, I don't mean that in the sense of true poverty, but what I mean is, like my friend, he bought a house there and he was like, yeah, it's a really nice house. And when I got to the house, I was like, this is not a really nice house. This is kind of a rundown. I mean, it's a nice house. At one time it was a nice house, but it's kind of old and it's a little bit shabby and it's really not that nice of a house. But then I saw the other houses and it was like, oh my God, that is a really nice house. You know, it really is amazing. I mean, actually, it's not amazing. People live on an island and they do with what they have. They repurpose what they have. I was really shocked at all the catchment tanks that people had on the Hawaiian Islands. I was definitely not familiar with that style of water gathering that was so massive across the board. Everywhere I went, everyone had a catchment tank, which was normal, I guess, but that was weird to me and shocked. Tina Rose has friends who don't have indoor plumbing on Big Island. Right, yeah, that's and they're perfectly fine with that. They live with that. That's, yeah, their kitchen is outside and then they go, yeah, it's a very different lifestyle on the Big Island. Like, and Pacola Tea, oh yeah, water is an issue on all the islands. Well, maybe not Kauai. Yeah, well, actually, you know, Pacola Tea, in parts of Kauai, I think it is a little bit of an issue. I mean, obviously they can get it there. But, you know, I mean, parts of Kauai have cactus growing on them. And, right, shock, Tina Rose has catchment and gets drinking water elsewhere. Right. Honestly, I can't remember seeing a house. No, I said to somebody one time about how every house on the Hawaii Island has catchment, and I was reamed a new one. No, they don't. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, fine. Let me rephrase that then. Every house I visited and went to had a catchment. Every single one of them. And these were people who weren't like, okay, a couple of the people, they were Hawaiian homesteaders, absolutely. But other people, they were, you know, locals. Like one of the guys actually had a really nice house. It was kind of on the beach. But when I say really nice house, here's the deal. It was just basically, he had just built it, so it was like more brand new, but it was still just a house, you know, but it was a really nice house in comparison. But even still, he had a catchment. So, very different situation on Hawaii Island, and it really struck me as like, wow, this is a much poorer island than Kauai, Maui, or Oahu. And of course, on sections of those islands, there are absolute areas of poverty, but on the part of Hawaii Island that I visited, which granted was only Kona side, I did not go Hilo side, but Kona side, dude, it's some pretty basic living over there, which is fine, but it was a culture shock for me without a doubt. And yeah, so there's no municipal water on the volcano. Got it. Okay. And Terry in Scotland coming in, the Canary Islands are a popular UK holiday destination, and they are drier than a popcorn fart. No fresh water at all. Well, why would anyone want to go there then? I mean, they have to, How do you take a shower? How are their hotels? How do you drink water? How do you cook food? They have to import. How does that work, Terry? I don't expect you to know. But how does that work? But speaking of islands with no fresh water at all, check this out, you guys. And let's see here. Oh, wait, Cola Tea. Folks outside the islands are shocked at seeing our single wall construction houses. We don't need the insulation, obviously, but also means thin, less sturdy walls throughout. Right. That makes sense. They drink other than water, but they do acquire an atmosphere. I don't know what you mean by they acquire an atmosphere, but what I'm interpreting that as is their stink is thick and carries far. That's how I'm interpreting that. An aroma, yes. But so the Canary Islands don't have fresh water. Check this out, you guys. I don't know if you're familiar with an island called Easter Island or Rapa Nui. I'm sure you're familiar with one of the two. They're the same. The Easter Island, big old statues, the heads, the moai, I think they call them. And nobody could ever figure out what the flying fork they were for, what the flying fork, why they're even there. And check this out, dude. They've realized that at least some of them are there as indications where there's fresh water. They don't, on Rapa Nui, Easter Island, there's like these islands we're talking about, there's no fresh water. And early explorers who saw the people living on this particular island, referred to them as saltwater drinkers. They drank salt water because there was no fresh water on the island. But that's not necessarily true. To an outsider, that is what it seemed. But they are now realizing that some of these these heads are actually positioned where underground brackish water springs are. So it's less salty water, and it's as fresh can be. And those were the springs that the locals used to drink from. So they weren't necessarily saltwater drinkers, although the water was saltier than the average water that people would have. They weren't saltwater drinkers, even though that's what the explorers thought of them as. So they're still uncovering all sorts of things about what and why these heads were there. But most recently, they realized at least a few of them are definitely markers for, relatively speaking, fresh water. And shock, the moai have no legs, it seems, but they do go all the way down to the butt level, and you can see that they're wearing little loincloths. Oh, that's so cute. That is so cute. Yes, so those statues were definitely there for a reason. And frankly, when it comes to identifying fresh water, clearly a very important reason. And picturing big drinking straws from the moai nostrils. Hey, Pussycat, so good to see you. I love that you threw those little moai statues. Leo says hi, and I gave him an ear scritch the other day, so he's doing well. And so drinking water is what I'm about to do, and that's what those little things are for. And let's see here. The carving that has been buried is much cleaner and easier to see than the ones than the heads. Their little hats are also interesting. I have not paid much attention to their little hats. That's so cute. I didn't even know they had little hats. Oh, how darling. Now I'm going to have to go look at the little hats that they've got. And the Pussycat coming in with his photolucalos. And exactly, Picola Tea. Obviously, little hats provided shade while they were drinking. It was part of the refreshing stopover at the big heads to get some shade and to get some shade from the little hats. and to get some fresh water that wasn't really fresh, but it's fresher than you could. And Pernell, I didn't not see what you said. I just didn't want to respond to it because what? Bahamas has no water either? Or let me rephrase that. No fresh water either? What the flying fork, man? Okay, wow. But Bahamas built a desalination thing, so okay. All right, Deb, have a good one. Try not to drink any salt water from Easter Island, and we'll see you soon. I hope you feel full of vim and vigor real soon. And Terry and Scotland, they have little hats with flowers on them like the one you wear in Sea of Thieves. I wish that I could buy that hat from you, Terry. I love that hat that you've got in Sea of Thieves. And, oh, cool, the archaeology, yeah, there we go. The archaeology of Easter Island with Flint Dibble. I'll have to check that out. That link is hot in the chat on Twitch side. I don't know about YouTube side, though, so if you're able to access my Discord, by all means, check out the link, well, wherever you can. And let's see here. Piccola T is telling Shock that the Germans have Trinkhale, Rapa Nui had Moai refreshment stations. Drinking halls versus the Moai refreshment stations. Got it. Well, you guys, speaking of refreshment stations, this is, this is something that I found on the internet, and I have nothing to say about it other than it's super cute. Oh my god, it's super cute. And so, there's a little frog, and we've got these things in the Pacific Northwest called Pacific tree frogs. But sometimes they don't like to be in their trees, and they prefer to be in flowers. They find flowers to be refreshing, just like this frog. Frog 1. So yes, dun dun dun. It's a froggy, but then we don't just have this froggy. This was the star of the show for a minute, but then I saw a totally different set of pictures on a different Facebook page, and I had to steal those pictures too. So we don't just have that one frog, y'all. We have a lot of frogs and flowers, and as soon as I can find it again, even though I went right past it, I'm gonna show it to you. Frogs and flowers, y'all. Definitely camo frog, Piccola T. And then look, he's sharing the flower with his friend. And now they're all cozy. Look at us, we're a matching set. Rivet! Rivet! Oh, fits perfectly. It fits perfectly. Oh, look at this spacious one. Okay, now this is a little bit of a tight. This is a tight, but that fits perfectly. Look at how tiny these frogs are. They're so tiny and cute. And I have nothing to say about the frogs, except for, oh my god, look at how cute the tiny frogs are. And so, yeah, I didn't have any, I just thought they were neat, so I just thought I'd share them with you, because these are cute. And, yeah, and so the flowers they were in case you don't know, are called dahlias, and, I guess some frogs and dahlias are really friendly with each other. So there you have it. Who knew that the Pacific tree frog is actually the Pacific flower frog? But, and let's see here. Terry in Scotland, that decides that you're coming back as a frog in the next life so you can hang out with your pals on a flower. Right, exactly. And Shock is throwing down that Discord that Discord link on the YouTube side in case anybody on the YouTube side wants to join the Discord and then find the link to the archaeology of Easter Island, aka Rapa Nui. And yeah, Rapa Nui, by the way, you guys, in case you don't know, also Easter, same thing as Easter Island, that is part of Polynesia. It's part of the Oceania, even though it's very close to South America, and the inhabitants definitely had some South American influences, undoubtedly. They also had incredible Polynesian influences, and that particular island is, I find, an interesting junction that needs to be studied because I'm very curious. I feel as though there's way more flow of people, culture, and foods from South America to Polynesia brought by humans than history is willing to admit at this point. But that's just my very uneducated hypothesis and guess. And let's see here. Okay, so that link is only good for a week. You think everyone here is already hooked up, but replay viewers in the next few days might like to visit us. Yeah, granted, that is true. If you're watching this on the rerun, that link is going to only be good until probably the 11th of September. And yes, pineapples came from South America, so did taters, so did guavas, or excuse me, passion fruits. I believe I can't remember, but yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff that we consider native Hawaiian stuff is totally not native. I mean, not at all. In fact, Pacola tea, I was gonna say bananas, but then I hesitated, so I stopped. But I do think you might be right. But, someone might have to look that up. And then chili, silver, the scourge of China. Yeah. Wait, what? Silver is the scourge of... Wait, what? I don't understand what you mean by that, so I'm confused. And, but that's okay. I've been known as Molly Confused Davis my entire life. I thought I heard something. Sorry. But yeah, really not a whole lot. Chile is New World. Silver from Mexico and South America drove the Opium Wars. Oh, got it. I see. Right. But I don't know. Right. Okay. But is Chile or silver a huge part of Polynesian culture? I'm fairly certain chilies are not a huge part of a lot of Polynesian cultures. They definitely... Well, right, yeah, chilies are New World. I was just speaking of the Rapa Nui, how much South America has influenced the influx of people to Polynesia from that direction, as opposed to the Samoan direction that everyone is saying happened. I think that they went both directions. That's what I'm saying. I think that people from South America met up with people in Polynesia and they kind of did their own thing. That's what I think. But I have absolutely no proof over this because pretty much I just make stuff up, which is what I did. But you know what I didn't make up? I didn't make up this. This is a cute little video I saw online last night, and let me tell ya, I think everybody as a kid dreamed of doing this at least once, and it's actually possible. Your parents told you not to do it. People probably told you it wasn't possible. If a person from Holland marries a Filipino, are their children jalapeno? That's funny. And no, I don't think so, because aren't Holland people Dutch? So they'd be a Dutchapino. Or a fudge. It'd be a fudge. Right, it's a theory. It might be a piss poor theory, Pinnell, but it's a theory. And that's my theory. But what I do know is this is not a theory. This guy really did it. If you were ever a kid and you dreamed of swinging your swing set all the way around, it's been done. Check this out. So I don't know if that was a dude or a chick. I don't give a flying fork who it was, dude. Yeah, it's not being on a it's not being on a chain that makes it possible. Absolutely. How many of you were clenching your calves watching this? Oh, yeah, dude. No, seriously. Every time that he didn't make it over, but he was almost. That was the first time I watched that video. It was so tense. I was so totally tense watching it. Like, oh, he's gonna do it. Then it didn't. He's like, oh, he's gonna make it next time, and he didn't. And it's like, oh, and he didn't. Finally, when he made it over, it was like, yes, finally. I don't know why that video just delighted me as much as it did last night, but it did, and I was like, I'm gonna have to share this with you guys because I'm just gonna have to. And yes, exactly. Wowee. And yeah, I guess circuses do it all the time, but I'll tell you what, dude, when circus people do stuff like that, it is impressive, and I do think of all their training. But it's not nearly as wowee as when some rando off the street does it, because with a circus performer, you expect that they know what they're doing and safety precautions have been taken into consideration. I didn't see any safety precautions taken into consideration. I saw no nets. I saw no padding. In fact, the first time I watched it, I wondered if he was going to get hung up in those power lines that were above the swing set. He didn't, thank goodness. But yeah, that was just some rando off the street. Actually, you know what? For all I know, he could be a circus performer. And my best guess is he probably is. Whoever he is, he's got incredible core strength and incredible grip strength. That much I can tell you. Well, and pretty good knee and thigh strength as well. So he probably was a circus performer now that I think about it. Either way, I just wanted to share that silly thing with you guys because it was silly and well, there you go. It was silly and I liked it. So the chatter is definitely going to scatter a lot today because last night I was just randomly pulling things off the interwebs that I thought was neat. Yeah, I don't really think that was proper English, but that's okay. That's okay. And, all right, so before we get into our Lono listing break, I want to share with you this thing, this series of things that, writing down a new acronym, ROTS, Rando Off the Street, exactly. But, speaking of Cola Tea, last stream, we discussed some emotes and stickers. I was hoping for an emote for a vibe check and some stickers that said Statterbox was here, or something along those lines. Well, this particular set of images doesn't exactly fulfill the want list, but oh my god, dude, I love them, and I'm gonna figure out something to do with some of them. So I want to share these with you. These are AI-generated images based off of what Bacola T's husband put into whatever AI image generator for the good vibes. Well, this is good. This is for good vibes, which isn't quite what I asked for, but at the same time, it's not. Anyway, here we go. I love these. Some of these images are right up my alley. I love this. So apparently these were created off of the picture on my one of my Twitch pictures, one of my Twitch profile picture, I really like the one with the let me see here. Let me see if I can find. This actually is my no. This one, though unflattering, is actually my favorite one. And the reason why it's my favorite one is because, first off, it does probably capture my age appropriately. But also, the fact that it says good vibes, but she looks so angry. Like, she's here to remind you, we're here for good vibes. And it just makes me laugh. I really enjoy that one a lot. But here, let's go. We've got more. That one's a cutie. That one is probably most likely what my body actually is like. These ones are a little too sexy. I mean, they're good, but they're a little too sexy for me. I really like that one. That one's super cute. That one I'd like if it had longer hair. But that one just cracks me up. I love that one so much. And that one's cute too. That one's actually very cute. And that one is, I don't mind that one actually, but yeah. And the one that was your favorite, or let's see here, hold on, let's get back to it. Not this one. This Picola T, that was your favorite too, except for you wish she was smiling or smirking. Yeah, smiling or smirking would work. I do, and I kind of like how her boobs are all there and everything, because sometimes I do hold my boobs like that. So I like that one a lot. But anyway, as it turns out, I guess for those people who are actually in the know, you don't even have to know how to draw. All you have to do is be able to tell AI to know how to draw. And right, exactly, that's exactly it, Shaw. Good vibes or else. That's exactly what it seems like to me, and I am so down for that vibe. Good vibes or else. It's like, but that doesn't seem like a very good vibe. I know. Right. This is mandatory fun hour. Okay, wait, hold on. Verity, hold on. Not that one. When you said that one, do you mean this one with the good vibes and the one eye? Or did you mean, yeah, no, you meant this one, right? The one with the good vibes with the eye? Because I like that one a lot, too. And it has a map in the back of it has a map. So, the one that has the map actually is probably, oh, the pierced lip one? Let's see here. That one is smoking a joint. It looks like there's a worm coming out of her mouth. That's pierced nose. That's not that. That's not that. Oh, that one. Yeah, I like that one too. I like that one a lot too. Yeah, totally. All right, so let's get back to going through. Oh, you're right. Most do have maps in the background. I didn't notice that. Oh, wow. They all do. Well, yes. Someone clearly knew how to tell AI who I was. There must be a map in the background. They all have maps. I didn't even notice that until someone told me. Awesome, dude. Oh, these are so cute. These really are cute. So yeah, I don't know. You like the one with the joint? I think there's two of them with joints. Let's go through them again. That's a lip piercing. That's me being fat, like I am. That's not anything. That's got no joint. That's got no joint. There we go. Yeah, that one's cute, except for it looks like I'm confused about the joint. Hold on. Let's go back. All right. What is coming out of her mouth? Does she have two joints? Is there a worm coming out of her mouth? I don't understand. I don't understand what is happening here with the joint. It took so many attempts to get AI to remove the weed reference. Got it. So, I know, it looks like a grub from the Sea of Thieves. That's what I was saying. It looks like a worm. I just don't know what that is. But that one is a good one. And her red eyes, Her red eyes definitely, I can honestly say I resemble that remark a lot. A lot. Hey, I gets these things wrong. It's probably supposed to be a joint and smoke. Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's not quite right. But it is a cute picture. All right, so we are now 3 minutes past our Lono listening break, and I believe this Lono song is off of one of the new Eevee albums, but I might be lying. I need to check on that. This song's called One More Chance, and if it's not available off of one of the new Eevee albums, it is available on Lono's YouTube page. This is a song that he played for his family at a celebration of life for his brother, and it really, like, it was a song that was, I guess, like 18 years in the writing. It took a very long time to write this song, and finally he finished it, and when his family heard it, because it is about growing up, it really hit home with his family, and so on that note, here, let's listen to One More Chance by Lono.
One more chance. "16, looking for dreams. Big city lights, still wearing jeans. Got a handful of nothing, you're on my mind. I can't stop this pain inside." She said, "Forget me not, and I'll prove to you, 'cause everybody's watching me now. Baby, give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down." He had his family in his hands, and everyone thought he was a family man. But divorce came quick, it made her sick to have to put the children through all of this. But as the time went by, I saw that man ruled 14,000 acres of land. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. So everyone took different roads, and now we barely keep in touch. When I think about what happened to my grandma, you know it just hurts so much. Now the house is gone and the land is clear. When I visit that place, I cry inside. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Had a cousin passed away a few days after graduation day. We all sat around and couldn't believe being just kids feeling so much grief. But as the time went by, the pain would heal, and I can't say what I can feel. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Yeah, give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Got a card in the mail today from dear old mom, and what she had to say. She's underlined the words that meant a lot, and her love for me I'd forgot. I swallowed my pride and it was hurting me. God bless my whole sweet family. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Yeah, give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Yeah, give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Yeah, give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down. Give me one more chance, 'cause I'm going down.
All right, there you go. Oh, Trail Dust, you stacked 110 bales of hay last night. This morning you felt like you were 110. I bet. Oh my gosh. And Pinnell, I managed a new book from one flash, now typing into the computer and changing every sentence. Honestly, I don't know how writers did it before computers, because when I write stuff, yeah, sometimes every sentence, by the time the sentence gets written, it's like the fifth draft of that one sentence. I don't even know how people before word processing could do anything. I changed my mind. I want my wording to be different. Yeah. And Cindy Krause, good to see you. We're just finishing up our Lono listening break. And I'm talking about what motivates us to be creative, or whether or not we've got writer's block. This particular Lono song that we just listened to took about 18 years to write. And so the writers in the chat were just like, oh, I guess I won't feel so bad with that, with any kind of writer block I've got. And so Whiteout, says Pinnell. Yeah, exactly. And exactly, DJ Smook, that Lono song was kind of deep. Yeah, as I mentioned in the chat while it was going on. Sometimes when I really listen to that song and emotionally feel it, it makes me cry a lot. Yeah, it is definitely a song for sure. And he fixed the fence this evening. Now a frozen dinner. Oh, honey, you need more than a frozen dinner. You need a real dinner. You worked hard today. And Cindy Krause been drinking wine at the Cloak and Dagger Winery. Sorry I'm late. Sounds like the perfect reason to be late to me. I definitely don't think you need to apologize for that. And but what I do want to know, Cindy, is red wine or white wine? Merlot, Chardonnay, Sangiovese, Montepulciano, Chianti, or maybe a nice Burgundy, maybe a Malbec, maybe a Viñejo. No, not Viñejo. What is it? What is the V1? I don't remember the V1. I'm trying to show off all my little wine things that I know. I don't know much. Pinot Grigio? I like Pinot Grigios. What kind of wine you been drinking there, Cindy? I have to know. Okay, I don't have to know. But one thing that you guys probably don't know is, oh, you're drinking Chardonnay? Got it. Somehow I knew it was going to be Chardonnay. I don't know why I knew that, but I did. Okay, so you guys. All right, I've got this really weird picture, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen this happen, but this happened a couple days ago here in Washington State, and you stepped away for a frozen dinner, and now it's wine? Well, yeah, Trail Dust, the chatter scatters, and we were talking about wine for just a second, but now we're talking about waves. We're talking about wave clouds. Check this out. Those are actual clouds. That's an actual picture. That's not photoshopped. that actually happened off the coast of Washington just a few days ago when our weather was a little bit tumultuous. And let me tell you, our weather was very tumultuous. My ankle was screaming. My ankle was unhappy. It didn't know what to do with itself. When the weather is changing, my ankle lets me know. And so these are really strange clouds. These are very specific clouds. They're called something. And Puzzycat, did I see the video of the guy who was tossed in the air by a whale? No, I did not. No, I did not. And I don't know if I want to see that, because that would be a scary. But these waves, so, you can't surf on those, you'd fall off. Totally, dude. And, oh, Si Honda's in? I didn't know that Si Honda and Taro came in. Oh, there we go, lurking outside, fighting off mosquitoes. Yeah, you fight the good fight there, see? You fight that good fight. All right, so these are actually real things, and we're going to learn something today. And yeah, okay, fine, this is part of... You're going to watch part of a weather forecast for Seattle, Washington. I'll cut us off before the weather forecast. But the weather forecaster for King 5 is going to explain to you what's going on here. So here we go. Boop.
You know, we're talking about traveling. I'm guessing that now is probably not the time to leave Western Washington.
I would agree.
Very, very disadvised. Unadvised, ill-advised.
Ill-advised.
Just don't do it. You know what? Because if you're looking for warmer, summer-like weather, we got plenty of that for you. You know what? I want to show you this first. Yep, that's where it is. So these are called Kelvin-Helmholtz clouds. Big thanks to Kathy O'Keefe, who sent this in from Whidbey Island earlier today. Have you ever seen these before? They're very rare over Western Washington. We've got a whole article up on king5.com if you want to take a look at some of the science behind it. But basically what happens here is it's a sign of turbulence in the atmosphere. We've had plenty of that over the last couple of days, but different air speeds in the atmosphere. So the wind was quite gusty up here, while it was quite calm on the surface. So it kind of whips up the surface of those clouds, very much like the wind whips up the surface of the water. Super cool stuff there. Seen a lot of those in Colorado. Have not seen a lot of those in Washington. And that's just one of the many things going on here. The big story is the turbulence that's moving out, the high pressure that's moving in, and the heat along with it. Take a look at this on Thursday and Friday. We will be in first alert as we're expecting temperatures that are going to boom about 10 to 20 degrees above average. What's average, you ask? Let me tell you, 75 is the average for this time of year. Now, we were slightly below that today. Pretty pleasant day. Remember, it was very cloudy out there, but then the sun came out. It was a very nice finish. 59 in the overnights was 3 degrees above average. We were 20 degrees below the record. We could get into that.
All right, we don't care about the weather report. We were just there for the things. And I have no idea who Kelvin is, but I can only assume that maybe it's the same Kelvin that we've got a temperature thing made out of too. You know, like it's 2 degrees Kelvin or whatever. And I don't know what Kelvin is, but apparently Terry in Scotland says the Kelvin-Helmholtz instability after Lord Kelvin, so Kelvin was a lord, and Hermann von Helmholtz is a fluid instability that occurs when there is a velocity shear in a single continuous fluid or velocity difference across the interface between two fluids. Kelvin-Helmholtz instabilities are visual in the atmosphere of planets and moons, such as in cloud formations on the Earth or the red spot in Jupiter and the atmosphere of the Sun and other stars. Woo-wee! So there you go. Kelvin, though, he was a lord. He was a lord like that. And Cindy, supposed to be 104 in the next 2 days, 100 today. That is too hot for me. It's supposed to be 88 on Thursday, and they're giving weather alerts for it. But for those of you who've hung out on this stream for a really long time, this is a perfect example of what Bacola T and I have always known about Western Washington. We have a secret second summer. The end of August gets weird and wonky, and then September comes back and is super nice. This is our second summer. September is probably one of the nicest months that we have in the Seattle area. And Bacola T, being the good local that she is, even though she's not a local anymore, she wants me to shut my lion mouth, because it's a big lie. Everything I just told you is a big lie. It's raining right now. It's raining and it's cold and it's gray. And it's September, so our fall has started already, and it's raining, and we get no sun in September. September's an awful, awful month. September's the worst month. Never come to Seattle in September. Are you happy, Picola T? Are you happy? Pussycat, spring is the best time in Florida. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. The summer heat hasn't gotten too out of control, but the hurricane season is no longer a season. Yeah, that makes sense. And let's see here. Terry in Scotland. William Thompson, 1st Baron Kelvin, OMCGCVOPCFRSFRSE. I don't even know what those means. He was a British mathematician, mathematical physicist, and engineer born in Belfast. Well, Terry, okay, I get that he was born in Belfast. And that technically that might make him British, but was he really a Brit or was he Irish? I mean, I understand that Britland, yeah, I know Britland is not a thing, but I'm calling it Britland. I get that Britland owns Belfast, but I do have to wonder if he was technically of Irish descent. But that's just me. And Cindy Krause, did you mention you found a live mouse in your shoe today that the cats brought you? No. Fantastic, I guess. And okay, so it is Kelvin. The same Kelvin that I was thinking of for temperatures is the same Kelvin that was named in the wave thing. Absolute temperatures are stated in units of Kelvin in Lord Kelvin's honor. I don't really know what absolute temperatures even mean, but there we go. If you were a lord in Ireland at that time, you were English. Fair enough, I guess. Yeah, all right. And Picola T, there used to be a Kelvinator company. I think they made appliances. Picola T, they did. They made refrigerators. They also made air conditioning units. How do I know? Because I own a Kelvinator air conditioning unit. And it is the best air conditioner window unit I have ever met in my life. It takes up less energy to cool my house down than it does if I was to run 2 big box fans. And it takes less energy to cool my house down than the stupid heat pump that the city of Seattle installed in my house. Calling Northern folk English can for sure raise eyebrows. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Verity. I think you're picking up what I was laying down, or what my naked sock pupper was laying down. And let's see here. We have summer up to December, many days in the 80s. Yeah, no. I mean, 80s in August and September, and July, August, and September, 80s is acceptable. Maybe even June. But beyond that, I'm an unhappy camper. Unhappy camper. And put some clothes on that sock puppet, will ya? No, I'm a nudist sock puppet. This is Lisa, remember? Lisa's a nudist. Bob sometimes has to cover up his trunk because they don't like it when he's walking around naked, his trunk hanging out. All right, so sorry about that, guys. All right, so you guys, I have a question for all y'all. Now, thanks to the Statterbox crew, last week I was like, braininess is required to understand absolute temperatures. I don't have a clue. All right, excellent. I'm on that. I'm on the same page as you, Terry. And that's that page that we're on. It's not even in the book. And it was a book. It was a page torn out and left behind. That's why we're so clueless. But I want to thank you guys for giving me recipes and ideas for how to cook my pork roast. I did end up getting some banana leaves, and I did end up making some Kahlua pork. Now, I will tell you right now, I kind of screwed it up because I used, the recipe said you could use chicken broth or water. I used chicken broth, but I didn't really use chicken broth. What I did is I used chicken bouillon in water, and I think I put too much chicken. I didn't measure it. I just dumped. So I think I put too much chicken bouillon for the ratio for the water. So it was a little bit too salty, but that's okay. but that's okay. It was still very edible. Once I got the cabbage and the rice mixed in with it, it was perfectly seasoned, actually. But what I don't know is, I have a question, basically. When I went to go buy the banana leaves, I also had to go buy some liquid smoke. My regular grocery store, for whatever reason, didn't have liquid smoke. So I went to the Asian market because I knew I was going to get the banana leaves there, and I was looking around hoping to find some liquid smoke. I couldn't find liquid smoke anywhere in the Asian market. But it seemed like every aisle I went on, there was some version of Maggi seasoning. Maggi, I don't know how you say it. Finally, I Googled, is Maggi the same as liquid smoke? And Maggi says it is the same as liquid smoke. But liquid smoke companies are just like, no, that's not even a substitute for liquid smoke. So my question for you guys is, what is Maggi liquid smoke? And if it's not liquid smoke, what is the best liquid smoke? Oops. All right, let me try this again. So, is Maggi liquid smoke or not? And if it's not, which is the best liquid smoke out there? These were the main liquid smoke brands that I noticed when I did my little liquid smoke research. And so I was just wondering if you guys, like when you guys make your Kahlua pork, Cindy Krause, I'm looking in your direction. Mama Sean, I'm looking in your direction. What kind of liquid smoke do you use? Do you use Maggi? I used the Maggi and the Alea salt or whatever, and it was good. It was fine. But I just don't know if it is really liquid smoke. And so, Verity, you've used Wright's hickory seed. Yeah, see, Wright, yeah, liquid, the hickory. And Picola tea, I've used the Colgan liquid smoke. Maggi tastes totally different and not smoky. That is what I thought as well. When I smelled it, I was like, this really doesn't have a lot of smoke to it. And Mama Sean has the second one from the left. That's the Colgan liquid smoke. DJ Smook, Stubbs is awesome stuff. Yeah, Stubbs, the mesquite Stubbs is what is going to be my goal. If I can't get the mesquite Stubbs, then I'll just get a mesquite of somebody else. Because I know that mesquite and Cave are very similar in taste of smokiness. Also, I love mesquite, like mesquite flavored, mesquite grilled chicken with some lime, or mesquite halibut with some lime. Mesquite and lime just makes me a happy, happy camper. So any liquid smoke that I'm going to get, I'm definitely going to be getting the mesquite kind. And it sounds like the Kahlua pork that I made then really was not good Kahlua pork at all, because I used Maggi, and Cindy Krause is like, I've never even heard of Maggi. Maggi is, Maggi is something that Germans love. Germans consider it an all-purpose seasoning. Like, it is basically their entire spice cabinet is what Maggi is, from what I understand. And it's good to have it. It is a nice little umami-rich doo-doo-doo. But I definitely, when I looked at, I Googled, is Maggi the same as liquid smoke? And like I said, Maggi says Maggi, otherwise known as liquid smoke. So I was like, okay. And so I didn't want to go to another grocery store. I was getting tired of, actually, that's not true. I had to go to the bathroom and I wanted to go home. And so I just grabbed I just grabbed it. Maggi, I can't believe I find it hard to believe that you guys haven't heard of Maggi. Because they, as Mitchie Mama points out, they've been around for a long time. And around here on the continental United States and probably the islands, you're probably most familiar with this brand as chicken bouillon cubes, beef bouillon cubes, that kind of thing. It's cubes for, well, just like Mitchie Mama said, the cubes for beef and chicken broth. If it's not Knorr brand, chances are it's Maggi brand or it's store brand. But yeah, Maggi is usually the chicken and beef bouillon, chicken or beef bouillon cubes. But this is not this is different than the bouillon cubes. But yeah, so okay, so it sounds like nobody uses Figaro, so I'll just keep that in mind, that's not worth anything. And then Verity uses Wright's in a salmon cream cheese ball. That sounds kind of tasty, actually. I could do that. And then Mama Sean uses the Colgan or however you say that, liquid smoke. All right. Next time I go to Safeway, Fred Meyer doesn't have them. Next time I go to Safeway, I'll do it. And yeah, Terry and Scotland, some folks say that smoked paprika is a good alternative to liquid smoke. That actually was, funny you should mention that. When I further did research the other night, or last night actually, I found a list of liquid smoke alternatives, and absolutely smoked paprika was on there. And you know what wasn't on the list of liquid smoke alternatives? Maggi, which is what made me go, wait, is it maybe not even liquid smoke? And so I thought I would bring it by you guys, and it sounds like nah, it's not. Whatever you made wasn't right, which is fine because I'm gonna have another 3-pound pork roast next time I buy my box of meat, and so I'll do it next time right, because I still have banana leaves in the freezer. Boy, oh howdy, do I have banana leaves in the freezer. Do you guys need banana leaves? I've got 1 or 18. I've got a lot of banana leaves. So many banana leaves come in that package. They must think that I want to cover a whole pig. And Mitchie Mama, your facts about Chiave or mesquite didn't come through yet. But from what I've been told, and I might have been told wrong, they are technically two different versions, or what? Okay, they're two different varieties of the same species. Like, they're both kind of the same tree, but they're slightly different, apparently. But I definitely don't know if I was told correctly. The prefect apostolic of the prefect apostolic of the Sandwich Isles planted a Chiave seed in the heart of what is now downtown Honolulu. But is that the same thing as mesquite? It still doesn't tell me if it's the same thing as mesquite or not. I thought that I thought they were different. Like, I thought that, I thought like one of them was like, a Honeycrisp apple, and the other one's like a Golden Delicious apple. They're both apple trees, but they're both different apple trees. I'm not saying that I think mesquite is an apple tree. I'm using that as a really bad analogy. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like I didn't make that clear. But DJ Smook, Spam Musubi, yummy. Last time I made musubi, dude, I brought them and nobody wanted to eat them because nobody liked the musubi. It was at that point that I realized I don't belong here. Because who doesn't like musubi? But some people don't like musubi, and I can truly not understand that at all. And so, Mitchie Mama coming in, Chiave or Prosopis pallida, yeah, that's how you say that, is a specific type of mesquite, often distinguished by its slightly sweeter smoke flavor. There we go. See, that's what I thought. It's like it's a kind of stuff, but it's not the same. Chiave is a type of mesquite tree from the genus Prosopis. While it shares some similarities with acacia trees, such as its thorny branches and adaptation to arid climates, belongs to a different family of plants. Chiave wood makes amazing firewood for barbecue and bonfires. I do not doubt that. Kiave, also known as Algaroba or Bayonhonda, is one of the 44 species of Prosopis recognized. Wow, dude, I don't know how to say these words. I'm sorry, Puzzy Cat. It's scattered to liquid smoke, and then we got talking about trees. Do you want to go back to the flower frogs? Boom, boom, boom. Let's see here. Okay, so sorry, Statter, if you want to sound like a local, then it's pronounced Musubi, with the emphasis on the B. Not the Musubi, but Musubi. Okay. All right, there we go. And let's see here. Michimama, you saw a mesquite tree in Texas and made the connection. Got it. Cindy Krause, you looked for a bottle of Kiave smoke in Kona and never could find any. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I think that I never would expect to find Kiave smoke up here on the continental United States, which is why I'm going to choose the mesquite liquid smoke for next time I make my fake Kalua pork. Yes. And mesquite burns super hot. You played a poker one night with a deputy sheriff in Quanah, Texas. He burned mesquite in his fireplace. It was hot as blazes in there. Yeah, I know. Yeah, some wood needs that. Yeah, needs that. It's so dense that it needs the heat, the super hot heat to burn. Which I guess maybe is why it's a good wood to smoke with, because if it ain't burning, it's just smoking. And there you have it. If it ain't burning, it's just smoking. And okay, so let's see here. We've got the wave clouds explained. We've got all these things. And mesquite is the cousin to Kiave. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. But I don't know. It looks like Kiave is spelt a couple different ways. And so I'm not quite sure which one is the proper way. Then again, is there really a proper way? Hard for say. And let's see here. So yeah, I guess that's about all I have to talk about with you guys today, unless you want to have yes, exactly. Proof that Terry is not from Scotland. Mitchy Mama, yes, that is the traditional way that I always see Kiave being spelled. So when I see you guys spelling it with the I, I'm just like, oh, I don't really know if I'm... And actually, you know what? I say Kiave, but if it's spelled that way, I should say Kiave, huh? I should say Kiave. All right. Live and learn here. Live and learn. And Terry's correcting him. Second cousin twice removed. Of course. And Mitchy Mama, no worries about missing me on Sunday, missing us on Sunday. Although I'm sorry you got the days messed up. I hate it when that happens. And of course it got messed up. It was a holiday weekend. If days are ever going to get messed up, it's a holiday weekend. And so no worries. I got a little bit confused yesterday thinking it was Sunday. And I was like, oh, I've got it. And it was like, wait, but didn't I just? So we're both confused. It's totally cool. It's totally cool. Okay, so we're running a little bit slow. We've got not a whole lot to talk about. Yeah, plus so many changes. No movie on Saturday to cue you for Sunday. And speaking of which, you guys, for those of you who don't know, who didn't catch the news flash, skating on thin ice with Twitch right now. Not quite sure how we're going to finish the Reservation Dogs series or movies. We will figure out a way. They will continue. Perhaps not on this channel. Perhaps on the Map Statter channel instead. You obviously don't have to subscribe or do anything with money on that page if you don't want. That's not... well, actually, I don't think you can because it's not monetized. But yeah, Map Statter might be where we're going to have to move our shenanigans. Nothing is set. We don't have any real plans yet, though, so stay tuned for that. If you missed the movie on Saturday, you didn't miss the movie on Saturday. Is what that what page? Yeah, exactly, Cindy. So because I got banned for 7 days as Mad Statter, I went and created a new user profile as Map Statter, with a P, because that's what people call me. Here, I wrote it down, Map Statter. And so, and so we might be running them on that page. And let's see here, Terry and Scotland, I thought we were about to make history. I'm running out of things to talk about, so I'm going to sit here and stare at you folks. I'm not going to sit here and stare at you folks, but I did run out of things to talk about, which is why I'm going to ask you all. Puzzycat, no, not on YouTube. It's a Twitch page. The movies will never be on YouTube. Ever. Because YouTube has a way of knowing whenever I'm doing something bad. Whereas Twitch just looks the other way. And then when you go narc on yourself, they go and say, oh, yes, yes, Verity, they did say that. They said not to. That is right. That's why Mad Statter's not going to. Map Statter might. See, it's going to be a different page. And yeah, it's a bad plan, okay? I come up with a lot of bad plans. Just ask Terry in Scotland what we end up doing on Sea of Thieves. All the bad plans that I have come up with, okay? I come up with bad plans. So we're going to maybe do that. I don't know. So we're gonna, all y'all will know when it happens. If I'm gonna take the plunge, if I'm gonna commit harikari, basically, is sort of what it feels like. Y'all will know. But right now, what would Elle do? Exactly. And I think that she would do her own things. Yeah, right, Cindy Krause. Me? Bad plans? Not. Yeah. Yeah. And, let's see here. Wait, yeah, no, Automod, you are very good today. You did, see, Honda, how about Bad Statter? Yeah, can we get a mod in here? I definitely, need to. Thank you. Thank you there, Terry. Good for you. I thought I did not allow that, but okay. Yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. Yeah, actually, Bad Statter is, before I forget this. That is absolutely, I'm gonna have to create an email address with Bad Statter. I don't know where I'm gonna create it, but yeah. Mitchie Mama, moderator, I we had a naughty message come up, and I wasn't in the right place to remove it, so yeah, Terry came in with a sword and got rid of that. And let's see here, no, not the cat, oh no, oh, funny Verity, yeah, Map Scatter works too. Let's see. But Bad Statter really, Bad Statter really, really, I mean, come on, you guys. We're breaking rules, right? Yeah, anyway. Actually, okay, we're not breaking rules. I'm breaking rules. But, Bad Chatter, that could work too. Yeah, see, I'll have to see which one of these emails are available, right? Good, Chuck. Went and reported that guy. Excellent, perfect. All right, so now we've got barely enough time for one more Lono listening break, and this is the, Cat Statter, or Cat Chatter. Oh man, we could do a lot of things. All right, so, but instead of all these things, what we're gonna do now is, yeah, I should create 3 different channels, but I have to have email addresses associated with all of them. And phone numbers, unfortunately, and I only have 2 phone numbers, so I'm gonna have to figure this one out. And don't monetize Bad Statter, they never bother to see you. Yeah, that could be the plan right there. That could be the plan. All right, you guys, we got one more Lono listening break, but of course, this is the usual, or I could rotate between. That's true, but that could be a little bit difficult for people to find me. So, and cat chatter might bring unwanted people who might report you. That's a good point, Mitchie Mama. Oh, I don't have cat chatter written down, so yeah, that's a good point. All right, so let's listen to the last, if I stagger the showings while one is suspended, the other could play. The hive mind is bringing about an evil plot. Bringing about an evil plot. I love it. I love it. Okay, you guys, let's do Lono listening. Aloha Hawaii. You can stand and sing along, hold hands and sway, and then when we get back, we will wrap it all up. So, Aloha Hawaii. Boom. Well, now that was an unfortunate noise at the very end of that beautiful, beautiful song. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're 1 minute past the bottom of the hour, so we need to wrap everything up. I want to thank the mods for coming in swinging. I want to thank everybody for chittery chattery and letting me know that my Kahlua pork was not Kahlua pork. It was just sort of a wannabe knockoff. And yeah, thank you, mods. Thank you, chatters. Thank you guys for being here and making this an easy peasy hour and a half to chitter chatter. We will see each other on Sunday, 5 p.m. West Coast time, because I think today's Wednesday, right? We're calling it Wednesday. And remember, Vibe Check or Statter was here. We're still looking for some, graphic ideas. That being said, I think I might make some stickers out of some of these ones too. So maybe we'll revisit the images that we saw earlier today on Sunday, and we can talk about which ones should be stickers. All right, you guys. Catch you later Sunday, 5 p.m. West Coast time. Take care, y'all. Have a good one.